Philosophies revived.
We're often told to push harder, try more, and never give up. But what if I told you that sometimes the best way to achieve peace and happiness is by doing the opposite? What if letting go could actually be the key to finding what we're truly looking for? Let's get real for a second. Have you ever felt like the harder you tried, the more things seem to slip through your fingers? Like when you try to hold on to water with your hands, but the tighter you grip, the more it spills out. That's exactly what happens when we force things in our lives. And trust me, I've been there too. 1. The invisible pressure always trying to control everything. Have you ever felt that unrelenting need to control every detail in your life? It's like we're taught to be the architects of our destiny, to mold every situation according to our desires. Society often glorifies this mindset. Keep hustling, never let go. Control your destiny. But what happens when things don't go as planned? That pressure can become overwhelming, crushing us under the weight of our expectations. We start feeling like we're on a treadmill that never stops, constantly running but not getting anywhere. This is the invisible pressure we place on ourselves, the unrealistic expectation that we must control every aspect of our lives to be successful, happy, or fulfilled. But life doesn't work like that. It's more like a river, flowing in its natural course. Trying to control every little thing is like trying to dam up a river with your bare hands. Instead of fighting the current, what if we learn to navigate it, to go with the flow? When we release this need to control, we open ourselves to a new perspective, one that allows life to unfold in its own time, leading us to places we might never have imagined. 2. Embracing the art of letting go. Letting go can feel like the hardest thing to do, especially when we've been taught that perseverance is the key to success. But there's a subtle art in knowing when to hold on and when to let go. Imagine you're gripping a rope with all your might, pulling and straining against the weight on the other end. Your hands hurt, your muscles are exhausted, and you feel like you're fighting a losing battle. Now imagine what happens if you just let go of the rope. You release all that tension, all that strain. This is what letting go is about. It's not about giving up or resigning to fate, but rather understanding when it's time to release what no longer serves you. By letting go, you make space for new opportunities, for new experiences, and for growth. It's like pruning a tree. By cutting away the dead branches, you allow the tree to flourish. The same goes for life. When we let go of what's weighing us down, we find ourselves lighter, freer, and more open to the abundance that the universe has to offer. 3. Living fully in the present. We've all heard the advice to live in the moment, but what does that really mean? Living fully in the present means letting go of the past and not obsessing over the future. It's about focusing on what's happening right now, in this very moment. Imagine you're having a meal with your family, but instead of enjoying their company and savoring the food, you're lost in thoughts about tomorrow's meeting or dwelling on a past mistake. You're physically there, but mentally you're somewhere else. This habit robs us of life's simplest joys and creates unnecessary stress. By living fully in the present, we can appreciate the beauty of what's right in front of us. It's like watching a sunset. If you're busy fiddling with your phone or thinking about what's next, you miss the stunning display of colors painting the sky. Marcus Aurelius, a renowned Stoic philosopher, reminded us that our time is limited. So why not spend it being truly present? By embracing each moment, we not only enrich our own lives, but also connect more deeply with those around us. 4. Understanding impermanence. The only constant is change. One of life's most profound truths is that nothing stays the same forever. Understanding impermanence, the idea that everything changes, is like unlocking a hidden key to peace and resilience. Think about the changing seasons. Spring blossoms with new life. Summer is full of warmth. Autumn brings a cool, reflective beauty, and winter, though cold and harsh, paves the way for another spring. Just as the seasons change, so do the chapters of our lives. Whether it's a joyous moment or a difficult trial, nothing is permanent. This concept can be liberating if we let it be. Knowing that both good and bad times will pass allows us to appreciate the highs and endure the lows without feeling trapped by either. When you're faced with challenges, instead of clinging to the discomfort or resisting the flow of life, remind yourself that this too shall pass. The understanding of impermanence helps us live with a lighter heart, free from the heavy burden of expecting life to always go our way. It teaches us to ride the waves instead of fighting them, bringing us peace amid chaos. 5. The power of acceptance. Acceptance is a powerful tool in navigating life's unpredictable waters. It's about acknowledging reality as it is, without trying to bend it to our will. Imagine being caught in a sudden rainstorm without an umbrella. You can either get angry, frustrated, and wet, or you can accept the rain, feel it on your skin, and maybe even dance in it. The storm doesn't change, but your experience of it does, based on how you choose to react. That's the essence of acceptance. It's not about surrendering or being passive, but about embracing what is, instead of constantly battling against it. When we accept things as they are, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. It's like putting down a heavy backpack you've been carrying for miles. You feel an immediate sense of relief. Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher, taught that while we cannot always control our circumstances, we can control our responses. By practicing acceptance, we find peace in the present moment, no matter what's happening around us. It allows us to move forward with grace and resilience, instead of being stuck in resistance and frustration. 6. Practicing mindfulness, the art of being present. Mindfulness is more than just a trendy buzzword. It's a practice that can transform the way we experience life. At its core, mindfulness is about being fully present, paying attention to what's happening in the here and now, without judgment. Picture this: you're sipping your morning coffee. Instead of rushing through it while checking emails or planning your day, you take a moment to truly taste the coffee, to feel the warmth of the mug in your hands, to savor each sip. That's mindfulness in action. It's about slowing down and fully engaging with whatever you're doing. When we practice mindfulness, we learn to appreciate the little moments that often go unnoticed. It's like turning up the brightness on life, making everything clearer and more vivid. Mindfulness also helps us manage stress and anxiety because it anchors us in the present, keeping us from getting lost in worries about the future or regrets about the past. By cultivating mindfulness, we train our minds to be more focused and calm, allowing us to experience life more fully and deeply, one moment at a time. 7. Silence as a tool for inner peace. In today's fast-paced world, silence is often seen as an absence, something to be filled with noise, chatter, or activity. But silence is more than just the lack of sound. It's a powerful tool for self-reflection and inner peace. Think of silence as a blank canvas, a space where thoughts can settle, where clarity can emerge, and where we can truly listen to ourselves. When we allow ourselves moments of silence, we create a buffer against the chaos of daily life. It's in these quiet moments that we can hear our inner voice, the one that often gets drowned out by the constant noise around us. Silence allows us to process our thoughts and emotions, to reflect on our experiences, and to gain insights into our lives. It's like pressing the pause button on a noisy movie, giving us a moment to catch our breath and regain our focus. By embracing silence, we learn to find peace within ourselves, regardless of what's happening in the external world. It's in these quiet moments that we discover our deepest truths and our greatest strength. 8. Enjoying the journey, not just the destination. We live in a goal-oriented society that often tells us that the end result is all that matters. But what if the real magic of life isn't in reaching the destination, but in enjoying the journey along the way? Think about hiking up a mountain. If you're only focused on reaching the top, you might miss the beautiful views along the trail, the sound of birds singing, or the fresh, cool air. Life is a lot like that mountain hike. The journey filled with its challenges, its joys, and its unexpected turns is where we truly grow and learn. By focusing too much on the end goal, we often overlook the rich experiences that happen along the way. Every step, every obstacle, every moment of joy or frustration contributes to who we are becoming. Instead of being fixated on the summit, learn to appreciate each step you take. Celebrate the small victories and learn from the setbacks. Life is not just about where you're going, it's about how you get there. And when you learn to love the journey, the destination becomes just a bonus. 9. Finding joy in the simple thing. In a world that often equates happiness with grand achievements or material possessions, finding joy in the simple things can feel like a revolutionary act. Yet, it's often in the smallest moments that we find the most profound joy. Think about the last time you laughed until your sides hurt, shared a quiet moment with a loved one, or watched the sunset paint the sky with colors. These moments didn't cost anything, and yet they filled your heart in a way that nothing else could. When we learn to find joy in the simple things, we shift our focus from what we lack to what we have. It's like having a treasure chest that's always full of moments, full of experiences, full of life. We start to realize that joy isn't something we have to chase. It's something that's already here, right in front of us, in every breath, in every heartbeat. By appreciating the small things, we cultivate a sense of gratitude and contentment, which makes our lives richer and more meaningful. 10. The art of gratitude. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you for the big things in life. It's about recognizing and appreciating the small, everyday moments that often go unnoticed. Imagine waking up each morning and thinking, I am thankful for the breath in my lungs, the roof over my head, the warmth of the sun on my skin. This practice of gratitude can transform our lives from the inside out. When we focus on what we're grateful for, we begin to see life through a lens of abundance rather than scarcity. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly, everything is illuminated. Even on the toughest days, there is always something to be thankful for: a lesson learned, a challenge overcome, a small kindness received. Gratitude doesn't just change our perspective, it changes our experience of life itself. It helps us to appreciate what we have, to let go of what we don't need, and to live with a fuller heart. By practicing the art of gratitude, we find joy and contentment in even the simplest of moments. 11. Appreciating solitude. In a world that often equates solitude with loneliness, it's important to recognize the value of spending time alone. Solitude isn't about feeling isolated or disconnected. It's about finding a quiet space to reconnect with yourself. Think of solitude as a quiet garden in your mind, a place where you can go to reflect, to think deeply, and to find clarity. In moments of solitude, we are free from the noise and distractions of the outside world. We can hear our own thoughts more clearly, understand our own feelings more deeply, and make decisions with greater wisdom. Solitude provides us with the opportunity to recharge, to gain perspective, and to discover who we really are when no one else is around. It's a time to nurture ourselves, to listen to our own needs and desires, and to find peace within. When we learn to appreciate solitude, we discover that being alone can be one of the most enriching and fulfilling experiences in life. It's a chance to grow, to heal, and to reconnect with the essence of who we are. So, my friends, as we wrap up today's video, I want to leave you with this thought. Life isn't something to be controlled or forced. It's something to be lived, to be experienced, to be felt deeply in every moment. When we let go of the need to control, when we embrace the flow of life, we find a peace and a joy that we never knew was possible. Remember, you don't have to force anything in your life. Let things unfold naturally, and you'll find that everything starts to fall into place. Trust the process, trust yourself, and most importantly, enjoy the journey. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Thanks for joining me today. Until next time, go with the flow and find joy in each present moment. See you in the next video.